Battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on pspevents.com.
Some quarterfinal matchups coming at you here. First one up, gonna get underway here in just a few short minutes. Los Angeles Infamous taking on San Antonio X Factor. Todd, how do you like this matchup? I love this matchup.
Matty, every single matchup that we're going to see today is going to be a ridiculous matchup. You know, this is why we're here. You know, we separated the men from the boys, or from the younger men. And first game start off the morning, X Factor and Infamous. Infamous won all 3 games yesterday. X Factor is the only game they lost to Dynasty in a 6-7 match. And X Factor, you know, they seem like they got this new attitude about them. Same thing with Infamous. The confidence in both teams has been reinvigorated. Both teams are riding high with championship hopes, and it's going to be a really exciting game.
Well, I'll tell you what, San Antonio X Factor was stomping around out there during the prelims like a new team. Talked to Alex Martinez, the owner of that team, on Friday before the or on Thursday before the start of the matchup, and he was like, "Look, we're coming here to win tournaments again. Last year they were very inconsistent. They know that inconsistency has haunted them, so they went back to the drawing board, came up with some new drills they've been running, some variations on age-old drills, and that's." All these top teams that have been doing it for a while, they get scary when they have that reinvigorated fight, when they really want to win again, that they're not just going through the motions. And San Antonio X Factor and Los Angeles Infamous both look like teams like that. Yeah,
I mean, Infamous, they get a new pickup with Trevor Reeser, another one with Alex Goldman.
Both playing pretty well.
X Factor gets Carl Markowski. I mean, it's just stacking weapons on weapons on weapons. Both of these teams have won tournaments in the past. Same cores, new weapons, new year. I mean, the field is playing a little bit slower, so we're going to see a lot of the fundamental talents of these players on display here this afternoon.
Well, I'm just wondering how much the Snake is going to actually be in play. We saw it, it was a huge factor in almost every match we watched until yesterday afternoon. Towards the end of the prelims, we started seeing teams kind of start avoiding the Snake. I mean, sometimes they would go in there, but not every single point like we were seeing for the majority of the tournament.
It was just too hard to get there. I mean, I just went and walked around and checked out the field again, and I mean, it is just so hard to get a good jump. The lanes on the Snake side are really good. Standing over the top of the back center, shooting towards the Snake side is really good. One step off the gate, shooting into the back center, or into the Snake side is really good. It's just really hard. It's just going to be a matter of risk versus reward out there. What are you willing to try and get a spot for the body that you might give up? But I mean, if you get out there, it's going to be huge. If you get out to that Snake corner, it's huge. If you get to either one of those temples and the opposing team is trapped on the inside, it's going to be trouble out there.
Well, I really feel, as always, when you're heading into games like this, and just as a general principle in the game of paintball, the teams that win today are going to be the teams that win the gunfights, but particularly in the center of the field. We saw that towards the end of yesterday. A lot of teams stacking up that center, rarely going outside, particularly over here on the Snake side of the field, moving a little bit more towards that D side of the field. But the teams that were prevailing were the teams that were whipping those guns around and hitting those shots on the break, and then the ones that had the most composure and were actually winning gunfights and also attacking in that center.
Yeah, and the team that attacked the center the quickest, it seemed like, were the ones that were winning. The guys that were sitting in those back or in those center bunkers, just kind of waiting for moves to open up. Those are the teams that weren't having success out there. I think you got to get up there, look to make your reads quicker, and then get up and then keep filling bodies. And now your outside guys, if you're not making it out wide to the corners or to the outside Snake temple or to that mini race bunker on the Dorito side, then you got to be on your feet ready to go when the move comes through the middle of the field.
So, yeah, with the two new pickups of Alex Goldman and Trevor Reeser, I really feel that those two guys complement the style of Infamous very well. Carl Markowski, his style is a little bit different that he brought to bear when he came over to X Factor. X Factor plays a little bit more team ball than he's been used to, having to have a lot of weight on his shoulders to produce kills. So the faster that Carl can kind of get integrated into that system, the more production they're going to see out of him. So it looks like the starting line for San Antonio X Factor: Derek Jordan, Michael Kovar, Billy Bernaccia, Cole Roberts, and Archie Montemayor. Derek Jordan has been really stepping up on that D side for them.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled out a lot of games yesterday against Dynasty. Really showed what he was made of over there. He's a tough guy. He's got a great attitude. And, when Derek Jordan is over there playing well, that other teams are in trouble, because you already got Colt Roberts, Archie Montemayor, Scott Kemp playing well. So it's just, you got to look. You can't really single anybody out. You got to pick the most dangerous guy in front of you and go after him. You can't just try and isolate their best player because everybody's playing well. Same thing goes with Infamous.
Every game we have today in the quarterfinals is an evenly matched game here, so it's just going to come down to execution. Los Angeles Infamous, Corey Bornstein, Alex Goldman, Damian Ryan, Kevin, Callie Rudolph, and Brad McCurley starting it out. This first point here in the quarterfinals. This game brought to you by Planet Eclipse. X Factor is a Planet Eclipse factory team. So there you can see on the D side of the field, Colt Roberts was on your screen. Now we're looking at the lineup for Los Angeles Infamous. Those three bodies in the center and towards the D side. And again, both teams kind of not ignoring the snake side, but just so hard to make it out over here.
Callie Rudolph makes a move up the Dorito side into the Dorito 2. He gets in there. He's getting a check. It looks like he's clean. All five bodies alive. Alex Goldman making the snake side corner. Billy Bernaccia mirrored up with him. Damian Ryan and Archie Montemayor, they're mirrored up on the Dorito side can. Colt Roberts, he gets up and gets into the Dorito, mirrored up with Callie. Corey Bornstein, he is over in that Dorito side mini race. 5-on-5. No bodies early.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see, man. Guys get after their spots, and we're gonna see who's gonna win these gunfights out here.
Derek Jordan and Colt Roberts looking at Callie Rudolph. There's Michael Kovar on your screen right now. He's over here on the first temple on the snake side. Zach Wake and Alex Goldman.
Alex Goldman back bunker on the snake side of the field.
I'm sorry, Brad McCurley.
Yeah, and that's a little bunker, man, for a big guy. So he's rolling, trying to put some pressure on that D side of the field. Callie Rudolph in a good spot over there, mirrored up with Colt Roberts. Or, I'm sorry, with Derek Jordan. There's Colt Roberts on your screen.
Michael Kovar in that temple, trading off with Brad McCurley over here for Infamous.
Which I think that is Colt Roberts that is in D3 for San Antonio X Factor. So still 5-on-5 here.
That's Brad McCurley right there on your screen, number 13. We got a ref running in on the Dorito side for X Factor.
There goes Derek Jordan getting a little bit closer to support Colt Roberts, who's right there, left-hand portion of your screen. And Michael Kovar there on the right-hand portion. There's the look from the start box for San Antonio X Factor. And, oh, it looks like a body coming off for San Antonio X Factor. So first to strike, Derek Jordan dropping the ball over there on the D side, getting shot out by Corey Bornstein. So Infamous with a slight one-body advantage, but they drop Callie Rudolph on that D side as well. And then it looks like Corey Bornstein also getting shot. So all of a sudden, San Antonio X Factor with a one-body advantage, 3-on-4.
And here comes Brad McCurley. He's going to make the move to try and help Damian Ryan out over there in that Dorito side can by getting in the snake. Archie Montemayor coming over behind Colt Roberts. Alex Goldman getting out of that snake side corner. Brad McCurley going to come into snake 2. See if he can get a shot on Colt or Archie. He's got one shot. Is he going to make it work? Unable to get a kill. Damian Ryan getting shot off that Dorito side. Here comes the attack of X Factor. Kovar coming through the middle of the field.
And he takes out Brad McCurley. So it's just going to be Alex Goldman. He's going to get run down by Michael Kovar. Beautiful work by San Antonio X Factor initially. Excuse me, when Derek Jordan got shot, they were at a disadvantage, but they just dug in, man, and won some gunfights.
Yep, I mean, we're probably going to see a lot of games like that out here today. You know, I was actually really surprised both teams went wide on the snake side on the break, unable to get any kills, getting some field position, allowing their inside guys a little bit of space. Both teams, you know, kind of matched up move for move, but X Factor, you know, getting that first, or Infamous got the first kill, but then X Factor came at, got the two-body advantage on them.
Todd, I really feel that that's going to be the standard lineup that we're going to see. That game plan is going to be the standard game plan for the day.
Yeah, I think so too.
With some,
I like.
Well, the alternate game plan is more aggressive up the center because no one really played aggressive at all in that point. They just, you know, they got to some safe spots mostly. Alex Goldman was able to get out wide here on the snake side, which is safer than trying to run through those lanes to get to the snake. So it was a pretty conservative breakout, which is smart when you're heading into the quarterfinals. Yeah, sometimes you want to throw that crazy play at them and put the fear of God into them, but you can see there on the replay, as Brad McCurley getting taken out, and Michael Kovar getting himself 2 confirmed kills there in that point.
And here comes Michael Kovar, going to bunker out Alex Goldman there at the end. It's going to be interesting to see. Both of these teams were running a couple different squads yesterday. Are they going to come with their second squads? Or are they going to run their starters? Looks like both teams are bringing out their second squads. We got Drew Templeton, Trevor Reeser, Zach Patient, Bobby Aviles, and Zach Wake coming on the field for Infamous. Coming out for X Factor, Grayson Goff, Carl Markowski, Colt Roberts, Scott Kemp. And
well,
wait for that fifth body. There it is, Archie Montemayor coming out right now.
Well, you know, Todd, we didn't really see any bad play from anybody on either roster for Infamous or X Factor, so it would make sense for their coaches to, you know, especially at the outset of this game here, get some reps, get their guys some reps, and see who is actually going to be your best players on Sunday. 16:20 to go after that pretty long first point. X Factor on your right now, and Infamous on your left. Sorry, Infamous. Yeah, Infamous on your right, X Factor on your left. So on the breakout, now Carl Markowski, who went out wide on the snake side of the back corner bunker, same spot that Mouse went to in that last point. Now he's moving up.
Drew Templeton making a move into the middle of the field first, getting up into that little 40 wing. Infamous loses the first body. Trevor Reeser getting shot out of the middle. That's Bobby Aviles. Zach Patient making a move into the middle, Mini Dorito.
Carl Markowski making it into snake.
Carl Markowski going to come across snake 1 into snake 2. Archie Montemayor comes up in the temple to work with him. Zach Wake sneaks under Archie's gun just at the last minute and then dives in and shoots Carl Markowski in the pack, trying to crawl to the 50. And then Archie Montemayor gets him right back and shoots Zach Wake out of the snake. Bunch of bodies dropping. Zach Wake had an opportunity. Grayson Goff dies out of the middle for X Factor.
So it's 2-on-3 right now. Advantage X Factor.
Scott Kemp and Colt Roberts over there on the Dorito side. Drew Templeton looked like he just got bounced in the head. Referee going to run in for a check. Colt Roberts not even worried about that at all. He's going to go bunker out Drew Templeton. And then Archie's going to come wide and get a shot in on Bobby Aviles.
Yeah, Colt Roberts with the punishment on Drew Templeton right there. And there's Archie slugging through the mud in the snake. So good work by Archie, Colt Roberts. Colt getting 2 confirmed kills. Shooting out Drew there at the last second. And then also Trevor Reeser. Big kill, though, by Archie to take out Zach Wake in the snake. Because after Carl had got shot, if Wake was allowed to live in that snake, it was going to make life a little hard for Archie. So did himself a favor.
Yeah. Zach Wake, I thought he made a good move right there to get into the snake just in time. Archie launched up into that tall tower. We've seen him in there a bunch. And, you know, what really causes problems for him is if that guy is in that snake alive. You know, it's hard to make a move out of there, you know, with the guy in the snake. But, you know, that tower is a really good spot. If you have a snake guy with you and you have gun dominance, you can wrap around and get a lot of shots on those inside guys. We saw Impact yesterday take that off the break a couple times with Keith Brown. And, you know, a lot of good bunkers out here. All those tall bunkers makes it easier to run through these giant gaps. You know, putting those big things, you can run up tall, get low, and then sneak around.
So Infamous needs to get something going here. They can't let San Antonio X Factor start running away with it this morning. Next up after this matchup, San Diego Dynasty taking on Impact. Then 187 Crew plays the Ironman. Houston Heat is going to be taking on Tampa Bay Damage in the last game of the quarterfinals. So, again, a whole awesome set of matchups here in the quarterfinals. And very evenly matched up, too. I mean, you're looking at Dynasty playing Impact. That's a rivalry that's been going on for a long period of time. 187 Crew won all 3 of their prelims games, played awesome. And talked to Dave Painter this morning, and he said, look, our guys, their heads are screwed on straight. They know that, hey, today's a new day. Forget what we did. We're not going to rest on our laurels and come in here, oh, we won all our games in the prelim. We're going to smoke people today. No, like, they are very focused, and he seemed very intent on letting his guys know that, according to him, they haven't done anything yet. So, and the Ironman lost a bad one. Their last game of the prelim, 7-1. So
yeah,
they have something to prove today.
Absolutely. I mean, 187 Crew would be foolish to think that they're just going to come in here and beat people. You know, this is Sunday Paintball now. You know, it's kind of a new thing for them. So, you know, they want to make the most of this opportunity.
I mean, awesome that they got here, but yeah, whole new ball game for them. So here we go on the breakout. Big point for Infamous. all the way to the snake, pretty much off the break. And then they sent Damian Ryan. So the much more aggressive breakout here for Los Angeles Infamous, trying to get some sort of offense rolling, but they lose a body.
They lose Corey Bornstein, but they shoot Grayson Goff for X Factor out of the middle.
And they have much better position right now than X Factor does.
Billy Bernaccia, he's alive in the first Snake Temple. He's trying to get his gun back up. Derek Jordan getting shot in the face off that Dorito side, so just 3 bodies left alive now for X Factor. Infamous getting more aggressive out here. It's paying off early. Archie Montemayor over there on the Dorito side for X Factor.
Billy got caught, though, trying to whip his gun back and forth between the D side and the snake. He ends up getting taken out, so it looks really good right now for Infamous if they can just close this one out. I think Damian Ryan just got shot. That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, I think Archie and Damian traded. Damian is still going. A referee's running after him. And Damian might get a penalty for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the spray, and at the same spray that the ref saw, but did he call him out? I think they did. I don't know.
I think it might have came off the bunker.
Yeah, or it might have been one of those freak occurrences. This does happen. It's very rare where the ball does hit you, which technically you're still out if a ball hits you and breaks in any way, shape, or form. But you know how sometimes you'll get hit and every single, nano ounce of that paint will come and none of it will stay on you?
Yeah.
Might have been one of those. Very rare, but it does happen.
So either which way, Los Angeles Infamous getting a point on the board, coming out aggressively, running Alex Goldman all the way to the snake on the break, running and shooting. Not sitting, waiting around for things to happen, getting up there.
And in these conditions is a little bit of a risky play. You are going to have to run through a lane, but it worked out for him. And Infamous is one of those teams, it's a little tough for them to play that slow game, that slow, methodical, really work into your spots game. That's not Infamous's game. Infamous is a little bit more of a smash mouth paintball team than that.
And that's the type of personnel they have. Every guy on that team is a fast, aggressive, get up in your face and go get somebody type of guy.
You're looking in the pits right now for Infamous?
That mud is actually pretty deep. I was walking around in the pits, and it's no joke. You get stuck. If you stand still, you get stuck. The key is to keep moving.
So let's check out this replay here as we have about 40 seconds before the start of this next point. So there's Alex Goldman in the snake, bottom right-hand portion of your screen.
There's Grayson Goff getting shot over here.
And you can tell, yeah, so that's Grayson.
That's Grayson running off.
And there you see Damian Ryan in the center.
Here's Damian Ryan right here, up in that center tall cake. Everybody always calls that the Xbox, for when there was a top half to that center A. Damian Ryan made his move around that center to shoot Archie over there and that Dorito.
It was one of the look, when you get out wide, it causes their opponents to really have to focus on that wide guy. They cannot ignore the player that gets wide. So Infamous was able to capitalize on that. Nice work. And then again, they send Goldman to the snake off the break, but this time he gets picked out, but X Factor sends Carl Markowski, and he gets shot in the top of his head trying to get in. So the snake is clean. No one is in the snake for either team.
Kovar went up the middle, and then when he saw Carl die, he backed out. Colt Roberts up in the middle for X Factor now. Damian Ryan all the way up to that Xbox. He's standing up over the top, just putting paint down on that Dorito side at Derek Jordan and Grayson Goff. Colt Roberts in that Dorito side can, looking to make a move. Damian Ryan switches his gun over to the snake side. He catches a bounce in the elbow.
Four bodies alive for both teams. Kovar, Roberts, Jordan, and Goff for San Antonio X Factor.
I don't think that's Goff. I think that's Kemp over there. And we got Jordan and Kemp on that Dorito side. Brad McCurley sneaks into the snake when nobody's looking. They saw him go in, though. They know he's there now. He's sitting in snake 1. That's Damian Ryan on your far left screen, standing up over the top of the Xbox. That's Michael Kovar over here on the snake side temple. He's trying to look on the inside. Working with Colt Roberts is standing in that Dorito side can, just shooting down on Brad.
You're a little blocked out on your screen. There you see Colt Roberts come out of there and get to the stand-up tempo to try to keep McCurley honest.
Derek Jordan getting shot in the back.
Yeah, 2 bodies drop pretty much back-to-back for San Antonio X Factor. So McCurley gets a shot on Colt Roberts, who tries to push forward and try to create something with an aggressive move, but can't get it done. So
Damian Ryan, right when Colt Roberts went, Damian Ryan went through the other side and just bunkered Scott Kemp out right out of that Dorito. Scott Kemp's back guy died as Brad McCurley came into the snake and shot Derek Jordan out of the Dorito side race. So San Antonio X Factor going up to LA Infamous, fighting back and scoring a second point themselves. Tied this ball game up at 2-2. We're almost halfway through this game.
Yeah, real slow
all
points.
tied up.
But, you know, look, things slowed down a little bit on Sunday because there's so much at stake, and also with the conditions. So combine the situation with the conditions, and we could see some longer, slower, more methodical points out here. You know, neither team wanting to be the guy. No one on any team wants to be the guy that makes a mistake, makes a stupid move, and costs the tournament for her squad.
Here's Colt Roberts. He sees Michael Kovar die, so he tries to make a move over to this side, and then he looks to come through the middle to attack. There's Brad McCurley. He catches Colt Roberts just as Damian Ryan goes through the other side. And then you see Damian Ryan at the top of your screen running through, stabs Scott Kemp, finishes that point out for LA Infamous.
So we got a
Here's
game,
from the
Todd.
other side. Yep. So here's Colt Roberts. He feels the bodies dying around him, gets it from both sides, runs off in a semi-fast motion.
So Colt Roberts coming back out with Scott Kemp to play this next point. Grayson Goff is on the field right now with Archie Montemayor and Billy Bernaccia. So no surprise here. Colt Roberts and Archie Montemayor, 3 confirmed kills each. Kill count leaders for X Factor here in this matchup against Los Angeles Infamous.
Drew Templeton, Zach Wake, Trevor Reeser, Zach Patient, and Bobby Aviles for LA Infamous. There you have Billy, Archie, Carl, Colt, and Skemp.
15 seconds to go before the start of this next one.
All right, 5 seconds till go time. Looks like Infamous gonna bring 3 bodies towards the snake side. Out to both corners. Zach Patient getting shot in the loader, going out to the corner. X Factor not losing any bodies. Zach Wake also getting shot, coming out to the corner. But a referee gonna run in and give a check in the middle for X Factor.
Yeah, Drew Templeton is in that same spot with Trevor Reeser and Drew Templeton in the center, but looks like he's clean, Todd.
Yeah, Grayson Goff is clean. Archie Montemayor getting shot.
Zach Wake coming off with Zach Patient.
Billy Bernaccia got bounced coming out to that Dorito side corner, but with losing Zach Wake, Infamous, they don't have a body over here to stop him from coming in now as he gets into that second snake side temple. There he is looking to make a move. He's got Grayson Goff protecting him. Scott Kemp over in the Dorito side corner for X Factor. Colt Roberts in the big Dorito 1.
Slight advantage for San Antonio X Factor.
Bobby Aviles in that back center for LA Infamous. He's trying to hold down the snake side. Trevor Reeser up in that Dorito side can. He and Drew Templeton right next to each other, crossed up, shooting across. Trevor Reeser shooting towards Billy Bernaccia as Billy Bernaccia wraps around the outside of the snake side temple.
It looks like Colt caught one. So Colt gets shot out of his bunker gunfighting, and that is going to even up the body count right now. So just Billy Bernaccia, Colt Colt that got shot. So it's Grayson Goff, Billy Bernaccia, and Scott Kemp.
Here Drew Templeton called the switch. Trevor Reeser goes to the outside to shoot the Dorito side. Drew Templeton turns the snake side. Billy Bernaccia going to make his move, going all the way into the 50 snake. Grayson Goff, he comes up into the middle. Trevor Reeser looks to make a move, and he gets shot as things were about to get tight in there for him. Bobby Aviles and Drew Templeton left. Just Bobby Aviles in the back center now as Drew Templeton gets pinched out. Looks like Infamous was doing all right there. Oh, and Bobby Aviles gets a kill on Billy Bernaccia.
So it's a one-on-one situation right now. Grayson Goff matched up against Bobby Aviles.
Bobby Aviles just even it up in a 3-on-1 situation right there.
Wow.
Is that what happened?
Well,
we were talking about Bobby Aviles wheeling and dealing, just bounced Grayson Goff in the elbow.
Well, that's what you get when you get a battler for a back guy. I mean, Bobby Aviles has been known for this for years. He wheels and deals. When he's the last guy left alive, he realizes he's probably not going to win that, so he's going to gunfight you because of this situation right now.
He shot Archie Montemayor early as well. If he shot Skemp, then that was 2.
Well, this is huge because it's tied up at 2-2 right now.
This could be a possible 4-pack for Bobby Aviles if he pulls this game out. On the brink of defeat, coming right back. One of the most clutch players I've ever known, Bobby Aviles.
On your screen right now is still in that back bunker. So Goff has more bunkers to work with right next to him. Bobby has a big, if he wants to get out to the D side, he has a big gap that he has to get through.
Grayson Goff, he's no slouch at one-on-ones either. X Factor been practicing this a lot out there at their field in preparation for this event. He's got a big can. He's going back and forth. And Bobby's going to make a move out to the temple.
This is why you do one-on-ones in practice, because you may find yourself in the Pro Division on Sunday battling for your lives, and it's just you out there. No one can help you.
Bobby's going to look to make that one shot count. I don't know if Grayson knows he moved. He does now. Grayson coming up in the middle, using that tall can for protection.
I don't think Bobby has any paint left, too, Todd, and it looks like Grayson has one pod, and Grayson is able to get the shot in on him. I don't I was going to say, I don't know why Grayson's yelling at Bobby because he shot him, didn't get shot himself. Well, regardless.
One-on-one pulled out by Grayson Goff.
Yeah, a furious Grayson Goff at the end of that point.
Grayson Goff going to get the check, but, man, it was a 3-on-1 situation. Billy Bernaccia is crawling down to Infamous's snake. Scott Kemp is going down the Doritos. Bobby Aviles shot Archie, shot Billy, shot Skemp, and almost won a one-on-one right there against Grayson Goff.
Yeah, and they may look back at this because now X Factor has the advantage. 6 minutes and 51 seconds to play, and with these long points, Todd, this is when you want to carry an extra couple pods out because you don't know exactly how long these points are going to go here, and that may just be the turning point here in this match. We'll see. We'll be right back after these messages.
And here we go on the breakout. Damian Ryan all the way up the middle for Infamous. Archie Montemayor up the middle for X Factor. Both teams taking that Dorito side corner. Alex Goldman trying to go the snake. He gets shot. Callie Rudolph going to get shot out of that Dorito side corner for Infamous. Corey Bornstein making the fill out to the Dorito side race.
So Damian Ryan here going to have to get a kill out of that center.
And Damian Ryan does get a kill out of the Dorito side corner.
That's what needed to happen for them because if it's 5-on-3 and you're down by 1, X Factor was just going to post up, and it would be really tough for Infamous to get back into it. But right now, Damian Ryan in that center, and then here comes Colton. Carl Markowski slipping and sliding and getting taken out. So Carl Markowski not able to find his footing out there.
Damian Ryan wheeling and dealing, standing over the top of the Xbox, picking off Carl Markowski as he makes that move out.
Which evens the body count up at 3. So
And Brad McCurley getting into the snake.
So Bornstein, Curley, and Ryan on the field for Infamous still. Archie Montemayor, Scott Kemp, and Kovar left alive.
Damian Ryan is just dealing out of that Xbox. He shoots Scott Kemp in the face.
And
I
Archie's
think Brad
coming off
McCurley
too.
just shot Archie.
So not looking good for X Factor. Initially, they had a 2-body advantage as Infamous could not make it out off the break. But the 3 players left alive on the field, and particularly Damian Ryan. Wow.
Damian Ryan.
Well, and Brad McCurley. Brad McCurley getting some kills as well, too. But Brad McCurley and Damian Ryan combined to shoot all 5 San Antonio X Factor players. Wow.
Oh, wow.
To tie it up at 3 with 5 minutes and 17 seconds to go.
Big game right there by Damian Ryan and Brad McCurley. Down 2 bodies. Brad makes a sick move, getting to the snake, sneaks in, shoots Archie in the face.
Down a point, down 2 bodies in the semifinals with not a lot of time left. Damian Ryan steps up, Brad McCurley steps up. Huge point for them.
Man, both these 2 teams just stacked with talent. Guys that step up, have big games at any time. 3-3 game here with 5:17 left.
Look at this replay here from Planet Eclipse replay, and this is Damian Ryan coming through to take out the last players, but the real action happened before that, and it was Damian Ryan just standing over the top. I mean, that's what happens when you get in a turret like that. You have shots on both sides of the field from that position. The bunker right behind the center 50 there you can see on your screen. So dead center of the field, there's that big A structure, and right behind it, man, that bunker, Damian Ryan just played it masterfully, and also Brad McCurley, man. Brad McCurley got in there, got some kills, and in a tough spot. Also, remember the upcoming PSP events, Nashville Open, May 1st through the 3rd. The Mid-Atlantic Open, 18th through the 21st of June. And then we'll be back in Chicago, August 7th through the 9th. And then, of course, the World Cup, biggest tournament in the world, October 15th through the 18th. And you can catch it all live at paintballaccess.com.
Looks like Infamous is going to send out that same squad again. Brad, Mouse, Damian, Callie, Corey, X Factor, coming with Billy, Colt, Archie, Grayson, and Skemp.
X Factor on your left, Infamous on your right. On the breakout, again, Damian Ryan trying to get up in the center. Stops a little before the bunker he was at, but last point. Looking for shots, both sides of the field.
Oh, Scott Kemp going to be the first body to drop out of that Dorito side race. Colt Roberts in the Dorito side pin. Damian Ryan coming up in the middle, getting into that Xbox. Infamous with all 5 bodies. No, they lose Alex Goldman. Brad McCurley over here standing up in the Dorito side temple. Colt Roberts still in that pin. Archie up in the middle. There's Damian Ryan. That's Grayson Goff on your screen right there in that center tower.
And Grayson Goff tucked into that spot. Now he's going to head check towards the snake side, move his gun that way, and then try to wrap around. Lots of players from Infamous in the center. Brad McCurley and Damian Ryan right next to each other. They also have Corey Bornstein in there as well.
Archie Montemayor in the back center with Colt Roberts and Grayson Goff next to him. Here comes Damian Ryan up to the right leg of the A.
Well, Todd, Infamous completely committing all 4 of their players towards the center and the D side of the field. No one is even on the snake side of the field right now. Closest player is Brad McCurley.
Brad McCurley not wanting to risk getting shot, coming out wide.
You can see Damian on your screen there get past the 50-yard line. You can see the burst of smoke from his barrel. He comes through. He shoots Grayson Goff, and then he gets taken out. So now Archie's trying to do damage control. He does. Shoots Brad McCurley. Here comes Archie, but he takes a face full, and
it's a 2-on-1 situation right now.
Yeah, against Colt. So Colt Roberts versus Corey Bornstein and Callie Rudolph.
And Callie Rudolph and Corey Bornstein. Looks like Callie Rudolph got a shot in on Colt Roberts as he tried to move up into that big Dorito.
Wow, so look at this. Infamous. Initially, they were down a point and down 2 bodies in the last one. They came back, they won that one, and then they come and they win this one as well. So X Factor going down a point, man. And it's just been tough for X Factor the last couple points, Todd.
Yeah, not winning those gunfights. It looked like Archie was going to make a big move. He shot Damian, then shot Brad and tried to come across, but got picked up by Corey.
Wait, if
believe.
if it's important in the prelims, it's even more important in the quarterfinals. We talk about this all the time. You have to win the high body count games. If it's 5-on-3, you can't lose those points. And the fact that they did, that's where the momentum shift happened, and it's been all Infamous since then.
Still lots of time left to go in this game, though. 3 minutes and 10 seconds in a 1-point game.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of time in the sense that for sure a point can be scored in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So X Factor will, and also no penalties so far. We've seen a really clean match between these two teams.
Yep. I mean, it seemed like X Factor came out a little bit more aggressive. I mean, we saw those first couple points were a little bit longer. You know, teams were winning gunfights, but LA Infamous really seemed to turn up the aggressiveness a little bit, and I think that's what's really been helping them out here. You know, they've definitely won some points down bodies, but I mean, I think the fact that they're going harder at X Factor right now, if X Factor wants to, you know, win this game, I think that they need to put the pressure on LA Infamous a little bit more.
I totally agree. The issue is, you know, they haven't when they've tried to commit over here on the Snake side of the field, they've struggled, and so it's coming down to those spots in the middle. I mean, it's just like at the outbreak of the game. When we talked about what's going to be happening on this field as far as game plan and strategy is concerned, it's the guys that are going to be executing those off-the-break shots when guys do try to get out wide, and then also winning gunfights in the center. And that's why Infamous is in the position that they're in right now. They're in this position because they've been winning gunfights in that center of the field.
Yeah, the guys that are getting out wide are the first bodies to die. They're getting there. They've gotten there, you know, at least half the time. They're just getting shot out of those spots. And, I mean, that goes for both teams. But it's the guys that are in the middle that are putting the pressure on. Damian Ryan going to that Xbox, standing over the top of it, and just surveying the field because he's tall enough to stand over it. I really think that that's what's causing the problems. He's the one that's shooting the wide guys, is making X Factor worry about him in the middle.
Well, let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Lauren Kelly, down in the pits.
Guys, I'm here with Scotty Kemp in the X Factor pit. Now, you guys are down 1 point against Infamous. This has been a real fight so far. During that timeout, what did you guys talk about switching up? Damian's been really aggressive getting down to the Xbox and really productive.
Yeah, we just got to, you know, play to that. This field slowed down a lot with the mud and stuff as far as how far you can go off the break and making your next bumps. Everybody's just a lot slower, so they're playing the center really well and, you know, taking advantage of how short we stop. So we got to counter that, and we're probably just going to match them.
When you know you're going to come out and it's going to be difficult to play that A game that you're used to playing because of the conditions, what are some key things you need to focus on to make sure that you are getting the advantage?
More guns up, you know. If we can't make it as far and we can only play to, you know, our advantage would be guns up and take a few more shots that we wouldn't necessarily have. So again, it's tough because how far they will really actually go, but they are running wide to these corners, so we're really trying to take those away from them.
All right, we'll see if X Factor can tie it up here. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lauren. So, yeah, 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here. Colt Roberts, Archie, Michael Kovar, Grayson Goff, and Billy Bernacci on the field to try to get X Factor back in this game, score a point, and tie it up.
There you have Billy Bernacci and Michael Kovar, Archie, Grayson, and Colt for San Antonio X Factor. And here goes Grayson up the middle. Looks like he got he gets shot in the pack. Running up, he's going to come off right away. 4 bodies alive for X Factor. Alex Goldman getting checked right now for LA Infamous. Is he going to make it? Yep, he makes it out there alive. So good field position for Infamous right there. You see they're spread across the back line. They got Mouse, Brad, Corey, Callie, and Damian up in the middle. Damian Ryan in that can, shooting over here towards the snake side.
And you see the 4 bodies left alive on the field right now for X Factor. So if Alex Goldman can get in the snake and start pushing down, that's going to put a little bit pressure on the players. Oh, looks like Damian Ryan gets shot out of the center, though, so even up the body count. Billy Bernacci is stepping up to take out the big gun in the center from Damian Ryan. And now moves being made on the D side of the field for Infamous. Looks like Callie Rudolph able to get into D3. So there's the cross-field spread and the 4 players left alive for Los Angeles Infamous. You can see Mouse here. He's the guy closest to us right now. He's gunfighting towards the snake side, and there's Billy Bernacci, who's one bunker over from where Mouse is. He's mirrored up with Brad McCurley cross field. And Billy Bernacchi is stuck in there a little bit. Look, he's getting pinched right now. Callie's shooting him from one side. You can see there he's going to get his gun trying to shoot towards Callie, but he cannot go to sleep on the snake side of the field. Archie's really holding it down. He's shooting that snake angle and keeping Brad McCurley and Mouse from getting upfield.
Billy Bernacchi totally committing to the inside right now. Comes back to the outside. Alex Goldman just pounding his bunker out wider. Brad McCurley in Billy's mirror. Well, you see Michael Kovar in the back center. Colt Roberts gets shot out of that Dorito. Just Archie Montemayor on the Dorito side right now for X Factor.
Well, if they're going to lose this one, they need to lose it fast here, because with these 3 players left alive, they don't have a lot of time. Only 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. So it's really going to come down to Archie, Kovar, and Billy Bernacchi, because now that Roberts and Grayson Goff have walked off early, they're looking at 4 bodies for Infamous. They have to push forward. They're down a point. So they either need to have to concede this point and give themselves enough time to score 2, or just ride it out and hope to God that Archie, Michael, and Billy Bernacchi can get it done. And here they come. They know they have to push. Michael and Archie are stomping down the D side of the field. They end up getting a shot on, it cost them 2 bodies, but they take out Callie Rudolph, and here comes a huge move for Billy Bernacchi. Just runs into the 3 guns, refusing to die in his bunker. And that is going to do it. Now they need to blow the horn. Everyone's dead. Okay, so they concede the point with 26 seconds left. They're going to be down by 2 now. Almost impossible situation confronting San Antonio X Factor. And Todd, this goes back down.
Oh, you see some jaw jacking over here.
Yeah, a few words are exchanged between Kovar and Alex Goldman.
Alex Goldman, I mean, Corey Bornstein put it on Billy Bernacchi. Billy Bernacchi got all the way into their backfield as Archie went streaking down the Dorito side. Billy Bernacchi cut through the middle of the field, and nobody saw him. He got all the way down. I think he actually got Brad, maybe have even gotten Mouse.
Yeah.
But then Corey Bornstein just ripped him in half.
Well, he ripped him in half. Billy ran into 3 bodies. He had to do it, though. That was a good move by Billy. It didn't work out, but he had no other choice. If he sat in his bunker and waited for 3 guys, then his pit would have just blown the horn.
So let's see how far Billy gets. There's Kovar walking off. Billy gets all the way to here.
And
gets Brad.
Yeah, and Corey raises his gun up.
Mouse, and Corey just gives it to him, spins, gives it to him some more. Mouse gives it to him. That's what happens. But hey, what was Billy going to do? I don't think he may not even have known there was that many bodies.
Todd,
there.
look at Kovar, though, here. So Kovar's walking off dead. Here comes Billy just running into the breach. I wish we had saw a little bit more of that replay from that angle, because as soon as that happened, Kovar stood there, started walking back towards, I think that was Corey, giving him a piece of his mind. But again, Billy had no other choice but to make that move.
No.
Everyone else is dead around him. It's 3-on-1, and he was hoping to use the element of surprise and make it work. It didn't. But Todd, I was going to say that this comes down back to that situation where X Factor has the lead. They're up by 2 bodies. It's 5-on-3, and they end up losing that point. That's been the difference.
Yeah, there you see Billy Bernacchi in the pit with Ryan Brand. Looking at it, coming from, he was in that inside Snake Temple. Here we go on breakout. 25 seconds left to go in this game. X Factor down 2. They're going to come running. They're going to get Callie on the break. Shoot 1 body, lose a body.
Just 13 seconds to go. Not looking good right now. This game's over. X Factor will be defeated and be eliminated here in the quarterfinals. And Los Angeles Infamous is going to take a big victory, and Colt Roberts is just blazing away with hits on him. So that's good, but it doesn't matter. So congratulations to Los Angeles Infamous. Take a close one here against San Antonio X Factor. The final score will be 5-3. And X Factor had this game.
And Alex Goldman has a few words to say to Michael Kovar. Walking off, gave him a point. Michael Kovar, Carl Markowski not so happy. But LA Infamous going down 2 points early, fighting back. We had a tie game at 3-3, and then LA Infamous took over.
Yeah, we had Grayson Goff wins that 1-on-1 to take the lead, and then but Infamous, there's obviously a scrappy team, just refusing to let it go and able to win that low body situation because of Brad McCurley and Damian Ryan. And here we saw that run through.
Yeah, that was Michael Kovar bunkering out. Alex Goldman to start the game. Mouse runs back and says, "I'll be back." There's Zach Wake getting that shot in, and then getting shot by Archie. Getting that mohawk.
Well, Infamous, they kept it close, and they just constantly kept up the pressure. And slowly but surely, X Factor broke. So, though X Factor looked really good coming into this game, and they didn't look bad at all in this game, Infamous just looked a little bit better today. A couple mistakes made by X Factor, and that was the difference.
Yeah, and I mean, X Factor, they look solid, you know, all weekend. Even out here in this game, Infamous just had some really good points against them.
Well, they had. You have to have your stars step up, and with teams like every single player on all these teams are big name pro players, and Infamous just had some guys step up. Now X Factor absolutely had some guys step up too, but not enough, man. It was a close match. It was a very, very hard fought game, but Infamous prevailed. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Brad McCurley and Alex Goldman. Congratulations, you guys just won that match against X Factor. Going into that second to last point, it was 4-3. X Factor could have tied it up. How were you feeling going into that point, because you knew they were going to try to get aggressive?
You know, both teams were doing a really good job shooting our runners on the snake side, but with this field, you still need to keep going so you can put the pressure off your support guy, and that's exactly what we did. Luckily, I was able to make it out, and we were shooting their guy, so that gave us the advantage right off the break.
Since yesterday afternoon, we really haven't seen a lot of players get into the snake. Do you think that's going to be possible at all today?
Yeah, I mean, even on Sunday in a field with perfect grass, still slows down just because both teams know the field real well and they know the zones. Now with this mud, it's really going to slow down, so you got to be patient out there.
Brad, if you guys were in that situation, you had about 26 seconds and you needed 2 points, do you think on this field with these conditions there's any possible way to make that happen?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the center is super strong on this field. The snake is super strong. The Doritos are super strong. So, I mean, it is tough to get out wide, like Mouse was saying, but if you do, it's kind of high risk, high reward. So, I mean, if you risk the snake on the break, you can go through the center. There's a lot of different options you can push on a quick play like that. So, I mean, you just got to go.
Damien was running down the middle, as we usually see him, and really doing work at that Xbox. Do you feel like the first team who's able to get to that Xbox is going to take advantage of that point?
I mean, for sure, you're definitely in an advantage because you're, up on your feet shooting down on those wide guys. Like I said, it is tough to get out wide on here, especially with no coaching. It's easy to lose those center guys and hard to pick them up. So when they are trying to come out, it's easy for Damien to clip them and coming across. So that's good.
All right, well, congratulations, guys. Infamous won that first match of the day. Stay tuned for more.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on PSPEvents.com. You don't want to miss it.